And we'll call the July 28th meeting of the El Dorado Irrigation District Board of Directors to order. Roll call, please.
Directors Penn, Mansfield, Dwyer, Anzini, and Day present. General Manager Van Dier, outgoing General Manager Abercrombie, General Counsel Polson, and Board Clerk Sullivan. We also have former board member Osborne as well.
Thank you. Please rise and join me for the pledge. Ready? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd say we'd have a moment of silence for George, but probably he's still here, so.
We need 3 pennies for him.
Okay, do I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved.
Thank you. Second. Thank you very much. Any board comment on the agenda? Any public comment on the agenda?
If members of the public would like to address the board on the adoption of today's agenda, please refer to the detailed instructions on page 2. President Dwyer does not appear any members of the public are wishing to speak on the adoption of today's agenda. Moved by Director Mansfield, seconded by Director Day. I believe we're ready for the vote.
Okay, thank you. Please vote.
Division 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, voting aye. Motion carries unanimously.
We'll move to General Manager's employee recognition. Pravani?
Thank you, President Dwyer. I have 3 items to cover. The first is the district received an email from Bonnie and Sharon Stewart, EID customers, expressing their heartfelt appreciation for the exceptional service provided by Seth Borba, construction and maintenance worker in the drinking water division. During a visit to their property, Seth resolved the immediate issue with skill and professionalism. Bonnie and Sharon highlighted his proactive approach, thoroughness, and friendly demeanor, saying that his dedication and integrity went above and beyond their expectations. They expressed their gratitude for his outstanding work, which gave them peace of mind knowing their system is in excellent condition. Excellent customer service is one of our core guiding principles, and we commend Seth for his dedication to the standard and the positive difference he made for our customers. The second 2 items I would like to cover are related to new staff who have been added to EID. The first is, I'm pleased to introduce our Finance Director, Penny Buckman. We are excited to welcome her to the team. Penny brings extensive knowledge, strong leadership, and valuable experience that will support our continued success. Since joining us, she has been actively engaged and is already assisting with completion of the audit. We're fortunate to have her on board and look forward to the contributions she's already started making and will continue to make over her period with us. So welcome on board, Penny.
Yay.
The next addition to the team is Ross Branch. He is our new communications manager. Ross brings broad experience in public outreach and communication strategy. We are confident Ross will play an important role in continuing to strengthen our outreach and communication efforts. We're excited to have him on board and look forward to his perspective and his expertise that he brings to the district. Welcome on board, Ross.
Great.
That concludes
Thank you very much. Always good to have new members of the team.
I like your socks.
Okay, now we'll entertain public comment for items that are not on the agenda.
If members of the public Okay. Brian, do you mind? Oh, yes. So we're actually going to have former board member Osborne.
I just thought
he-
I'd stop by and see what's going on and welcome the new general manager and the new board members. They've had 6 months of extensive grilling, you know, and I know you guys are having to suffer with the old 3 other old board members, but you know, what is. Anyway, I just thought I'd stop in and welcome the new general manager.
Thank you, former Director Osborne. We miss your comments. Any other public comment?
If additional members of the public would like to address the board, please refer to the instructions on page 2 in today's agenda. President Dwyer, does not appear there are any additional members of the public wishing to make a comment.
Okay, thank you. Communications. General Manager, additional thoughts?
Yes, I want to cover really quick, oh, sorry, thank you. I would like to cover really quickly an advisement for the board. Is that we originally anticipated that the district's audit will be completed by this board meeting and we could present it. The new estimated completion date is in August. Everything is progressing well and we are on track to finalize that audit soon and it will be presented at an August board meeting. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Jennifer, do you have anything for us?
None today, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Fellow board members? Yes, Dr. Mansfield.
Yeah, I attended the El Dorado Wine Grape Growers Association's monthly meeting. The guest speaker was actually Ceres AI, which is the district's new contractor for irrigation's efficiencies. It was a well-attended meeting and hopefully a good first step in building adoption from our AMI users on the new efficiency system.
Good, thank you. Yes, Director Penn.
I attended the Regional Water Authority regular meeting and subsequently met with key staff. And I just look forward to maximizing the regional aspects that are brought to us by the Regional Water Authority.
Thank you. Yes, Director Anzini.
Yes, I just want to remind board members that they are still invited if they want to reserve their seat. We are members of the Mountain County Water Regional Association. And next week, there will be a reception in the Sutter Creek Hotel. This is a reception honoring and respecting all the members of the MW, of the Mountain County group. And a new member is the Nevada Irrigation District. So we're bringing together a great deal of Mountain County water agencies that are working effortlessly and working in legislation also. So come on Thursday night next week and join the fray.
Thank you very much. Director Day.
Yeah, I'd like to make a public apology. At a past board meeting during an agenda item, I was quite rude to a couple of my colleagues, and I got called out on it, and I apologized to them personally the next day. But since I did it in public, I think it's only reasonable that I apologize in public. And again, I apologize. I was wrong, and I am sorry. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay. Any other board comment? Okay, moving along. The consent calendar. I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent calendar and/or pull items.
I move approval of the consent calendar as it is.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Any board comment? Any public comment?
If members of the public would like to address the board on the approval of today's consent calendar, please refer to the instructions in today's agenda. President Dwyer, it does not appear there are any members of the public wishing to speak on the approval of today's consent calendar, moved by Director Anzini and seconded by Director Penn. I believe we're ready for the vote.
Thank you. Please vote.
Division 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, voting aye, motion carries unanimously.
All righty. Moving on to action items. Number 13.
Good morning,
Okay,
members
Doug.
of the board, and welcome, Gentleman Van de Jaar. Please bear with me today. I woke up and I had a frog in my throat. I may be drinking frequently during the presentations, and hopefully not clearing my throat too many times. Good morning. My name is Doug Venable, and I'm an environmental review analyst with the district. Today, I have a brief presentation and contract for your consideration for the El Dorado Canal Field Break Project. But first, a quick spoiler alert. The project proposals came in lower than expected, and so we may have an opportunity to expand our treatments into some challenging terrain here in the future. So,
Darn.
yeah, tough. Next slide, please. Previous board actions include an October 2023 resolution affirming the general manager's authority to execute a CAL FIRE grant agreement in the amount of $787,500. And to summarize today's item, the district was awarded a $787,500 grant from CAL FIRE and the California Climate Investments Program to establish a fuel break along 3 miles of the El Dorado Canal. This fuel break is designed to reduce the wildfire risk to over 5,700 feet of vulnerable wooden flumes. And a bit of background on the project. The El Dorado Canal supplies about 1/3 of the district's drinking water and serving over 125,000 residents in El Dorado County. And segments of this canal are quite susceptible to wildfire. And we can recall back in 2021, the Caldor fire destroyed 4 of our wooden flumes on the canal. The canal was offline for over 7 months, and it took around-the-clock emergency repairs at a substantial cost to the district to bring the canal back online. And just so you know, the district is always advancing the projects to convert the remaining wooden flumes. But as you know, this takes a lot of time and a lot more money. And so the idea of this fuel break project is to improve the protection of these vulnerable assets in the meantime. This is the area, the project area. It's a bit smaller than I saw on my screen, but the small highlighted area in the red striped in the middle is the project area. And Pollock Pines is just about 5 miles to the west, which is to the left. There we go. And Kybers is about 8 miles to the east, is just off this map. There's a thin blue line running from left to right, and that is the El Dorado Canal. And that bold red and black line is the Caldor Fire Perimeter. So this project is going to start just to the west of that perimeter. Next slide. This project involves thinning vegetation up to 18 inches in diameter to create a shaded fuel break up to 600 feet wide along 3 miles of the canal. This stretch of the canal has the highest concentration and the longest wooden flumes along the entire 22 miles of the canal. The project is designed to treat 125 acres, primarily using hand crews because of the steep terrain, and there is limited mechanical mastication in the flatter areas. Since the winning proposal came in lower than expected, we're looking to expand that fuel break into adjacent areas by the wooden flumes and possibly other district facilities. Next slide, please. So the project's going to occur on 55 acres of district lands and about 70 acres of lands managed by the U.S. Forest Service. The fuel break objectives are to reduce the fuel loads by thinning the vegetation. And we're going to be able to reduce the wildfire spread rate, hopefully, the duration and intensity, decrease the fuel ignitability, lower the crown fire potential, and enhance the visibility for aerial firefighting along over 5,700 feet of wooden flumes. And by the way, we learned during the Caldor fire that we couldn't really, the aerial firefighters couldn't really see the canal very well because of the dense canopy. So hopefully this will help that. Slide 8, please. We had an impressive response to the request for proposals with 35 contractors attending the job walk. And as you can imagine, we had about 28 very large trucks trying to get back to the canal. It was quite, the sardine can. We eventually received, 11 proposals. Our evaluation team, including registered professional foresters and district staff, determined that GE Forestry offered the best value to the district. Next slide, please. So this is an overview of the proposal cost structure. The project is broken down into priority areas running linearly along the canal. Priority 1 includes the wooden flume sections, and priority 2 includes areas with concrete or earthen canal. The zones of the project extend outwardly up to 300 feet on each side of the canal. And the cost estimates also accounts for specialized trees, and those are going to require either climbing or rigging or other measures to remove. Next slide, please. This is a map of the project treatment area. The various shaded areas there are the priority 1 areas containing the wooden flumes, and the purple shaded locations are the priority 2 areas. And as I said before, the project area has been reduced. It was originally 225 acres. We reduced that to 125 acres due to the extremely steep slopes of over 70%. And at the time, we projected that the grant funds would not cover all of those treatments, so that's why it was reduced. Next slide, please. Before we take a look at those proposals, I wanted to cover how the fuel break zones are structured. And if you look on the top right there, you're looking on point to the canal. And so the fuel break is divided into 3 zones. The zone 1, excuse me. Zone 1 extends 50 feet on the downslope side and 25 feet on the upslope side of the canal. This is the most critical zone for firefighting. Similar to the defensible space that we do at our homes, this is all materials 18 inches and smaller will be completely removed from Zone 1, and this includes any existing down vegetation. Zone 2 extends 50 feet beyond Zone 1, and Zone 3 extends from the edge of Zone 2 up to 300 feet on each side of the canal. So what we'll have is an intense treatment near the canal and gradually moving outward. Next slide, please. So including the 200 specialized trees, GE Forestry turned out to be the lowest cost and the best value to the district. We had some wildly varied estimates coming in.
Yeah.
I think if you looked at the price per specialized trees, some of those bids came in higher than the completely other costs. So we believe we got a very good value. Yes, sir.
Didn't we have a bit of a problem counting the trees when we did this the last time?
You might be referring to the Sly Park Intertie project?
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry.
For this particular type of, I think they call it cruising, timber cruising, specifically counting trees, what we did with this project, we had the contractors come out and look at various locations. We did not actually get a count of the trees, and so since we're not taking large trees down like in the that Sly Park Intertie where they had to clear the entire right-of-way, here we're thinning, and so there's a little bit more of, I think you have to look at a percent canopy cover. So there's not an exact number of trees. And so that's why the specialized trees were estimated, and the contractors came out to get an on-the-ground look at it.
Thank
Okay,
you.
You're welcome. Next slide, please. So moving on to the environmental review, the project is exempt from CEQA under Class 4, which is minor alterations to land for fuel management. It's also categorically excluded from further NEPA review as determined by the U.S. Forest Service's decision memo. Slide. So we anticipate starting the work this September, and the contractor estimates that the work will be completed early next year, and this is well before the grant's performance deadline of March 15th, 2029. Slide. CAL FIRE grant funds will cover all of the on-the-ground forestry work. The supporting cost, including the registered professional forester, oversight, environmental support, and staff time, are estimated at $131,000, and this will be provided for from the hydro operations budget. As I mentioned earlier, the original project scope included the 225 acres, which was reduced to 125 due to the high cost of those extremely high slopes, steep slopes rather. These estimates were based on recent similar projects in the area. Fortunately, though, GE Forestry submitted a highly competitive bid, which will allow us to expand the treatment area beyond that 125 acres. Oh, by the way, GE Forestry was on a subcontractor for market forestry, and when they treated about 300 acres of the Weber Reservoir, they have been vetted and they performed without incident there.
Good. I noticed that we'd paid them in the warrant register, so.
Thank you. All right, slide 7, thank you. Staff is currently coordinating with CAL FIRE to expand the treatments within the project area and could potentially add other wood and flume locations along the canal or other facilities, but this is all going to depend on the expanding that fuel break into those steeply sloped areas. In short, though, this is a lower than expected cost, which means we can hopefully maximize the grant, treat additional acreage, and reduce the wildfire to a critical infrastructure. Today's board options, we've got option 1, to award a contract to GE Forestry Incorporated in the not-to-exceed amount of $309,670.30 for vegetation management for the El Dorado Canal Fuel Break Project, Grant 23.01. Option 2. We really just want to do option 1.
Move on.
Oh, I don't read it?
Seconded.
Any
Okay,
questions or
thank you.
comments?
Trying to keep up here. Good. We have a motion and a second. Any other board comments?
Thanks, Doug. The fire protection and the water universe, this is one of those places where there's a convergence and, appropriate forest management and protecting our water systems and protecting the communities from wildland fire. I think this is a great opportunity to really maximize that. And as President Dwyer and myself on the Fire Safe Council and my predecessors experienced at CAL FIRE, that this is where we need to go, and I think this is a great opportunity. And then I was recently made aware by the former fuels manager from Truckee Fire that there is to get in those steep slopes, there's what they call a spider excavator with a masticating head that's able to actually get a lot more of that stuff that the former technology couldn't. So I'm looking forward to new technologies that will help us to manage this, and I look forward to this project. Thank you.
Director Penn, may I add something to that? Excuse me, I apologize. It just is relevant to that comment. We did have a contractor come out. The name was Burnbot, I believe. They have a tethered masticator, and our foresters said that some of these slopes, because of the inability to get to the downside slope of the canal, even the spiders are having difficulty on some of these slopes. So the technology is getting better, but it seems like we're in a very extreme situation on the downside of that canal. Excuse me, thank you.
Okay. Any other board comment? Are there any public comment on this item? Former Director Osborne. Just talk loud.
Thank George for busting your record.
Yeah, I know. He screwed it. You paid him.
You almost had it.
I know.
You still do.
As an old firefighter, fuel breaks have a habit of growing back. Is there anything in this proposal for maintenance?
Coated in cement.
That's a very good point. I believe, looking at those treatments we did back in 2020, a lot of that has grown back. And so what we would do, if we do have additional funds, we could use some of those for maintenance. And we did that for the Weber treatments originally. We went back afterwards and we treated that with herbicides. And so you're absolutely right. It's not a one and done thing. It's a constant. We got to be diligent on that.
About every 3 years, you got to go through there and weed whack. Okay,
Yes, sir.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I'll remind the board and the public that we did activate some fuels management employees, and we have the capability to do fuels management, and it's essential to keep the fuel break viable. So, thank you. Any other public comment?
If additional members of the public would like to address the board on action item number 13, please refer to the detailed instructions in today's agenda.
Okay.
President Dwyer, it does not appear there are any members of the public wishing to speak on action item number 13, option 1, moved by Director Penn and seconded by Director Anzini. I believe we're ready for the vote.
Okay, please vote.
Division 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, voting aye, motion carries unanimously.
All right, thank you very much. At this time, I think we'll move to closed session. Council, is there any time estimate?
Thanks, President Dwyer. Yes, we'll be meeting in closed session as agendized as closed session item number A, or closed session item A. I anticipate that it will require at least 20 minutes.
Okay, thank you very much. Then we'll adjourn till 10 to 10. Wow, okay.
This Zoom session will be shut down and will not reopen until 9:50 a.m., but it could be after.
We will reconvene out of closed session at 10:30. Anything to report, Counselor?
Yes, thanks, President Dwyer. The board met in closed session and on a motion by Director Mansfield, seconded by Director Day, the board unanimously authorized contract amendments to Wanger Jones Helsley in the amount of $90,000 for a total contract of $150,000, and to MBK Engineers for $25,000 for a total contract of $100,000 for expert modeling services in the matter of Department of Water Resources petition requesting change in water rights for the California Delta Conveyance Project before the State Water Resources Control Board. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Jennifer, is there anything that we need to add to our assignments?
None today.
All right, great. Thank you very much. Thank you all. Meeting adjourned.
10:31.